Hi, hello, hello. We have a new chapter of Akane-Banashi. In this one, we are starting up what I think will be a pretty substantial arc. She is going to compete in an amateur Rakugo competition, which technically she's allowed to, but in the spirit of the competition, she's kind of overqualified for, so her teacher gave her a handicap. She's only allowed to use the Rakugo story Jugemu Jugemu, about a kid with a comically long name who most of the comedy comes from just saying this kid's name over and over and over again. And she was given some advice. If you want to practice a classic like this guy, Koguma, is the one to ask. But he's the expert on the old literature, the classics of all classics. So this one is called The Type to Hold a Grudge, which is a little spooky. I hope a grudge not against Akane. Maybe a grudge against the master who expelled all those students. I don't know. Maybe it relates to that because that's certainly something that would be grudge worthy. So former Tokyo University student graduated at the top of his class. Damn, Tokyo University is like, if you don't know, the elite university of Japan. Maybe not by like a huge margin, but it's like your Harvard, Yale, Oxford, Cambridge equivalent in Japan. Top of class. Rakugo Club. Okay. So they go and see him and he says no. I really like this guy already. I like his character design. I like that he just seems like aloof and shy and bothered by people. And again, it's like, how are they going to make it at all plausible that this is a person that wants to do Rakugo? Yeah, everybody trashing on her for entering this competition. Maybe this is where it's going to come out. That she's going to explain why she wants so badly to win and have that conversation. And he's going to go, you didn't seem like the type to hold a grudge. I'm a sharp tongue sometimes. Ooh. So she thinks that Kyoji is the most senior of all the students. Kyoji being the one that kind of took on the primary coaching duties for her. But he's actually the senpai of all senpais? Huh. Sorry, I don't have any dignity. Go back to Kyoji Ani-san. uh, So he has some sort of past with Arakawa as well, obviously. Changing his mind as soon as he sees that Arakawa is judging it. Is he also the type to hold a grudge? Perhaps he also knew someone who had been rejected in that infamous expulsion incident? Okay. I want to see his performance too. I'm hoping, this will lead to her understanding exactly where he's coming from in the world of Rakugo. And just because, as I've said before, they do such an amazing job illustrating how everyone's is different. Both on like kind of a technical level where they're just explaining it to you, and then just in the depiction. You can just sense yourself without needing any explanation how different the world of Rakugo can be from different perspectives. Okay, so she's going to perform Jugemu. I gotta say, one thing that amazes me about Rakugo, and this is probably honestly one of the least impressive aspects of the medium, is just how much stuff they memorize. That she's just got Jugemu down cold, on demand. I suppose it's not like they need to know it word by word off by heart, because they're going to change the language a little bit to suit each specific performance, elaborating on things or moving quickly past things depending on the audience. But still, they can remember a lot. Okay. She's just doing it here in the park. Hachiguro asks the priest what he should name his newborn son. Gives him a list of potential names, and he just takes all of them. Our son, Jugemu Jingamo, Goku no Suguri surikirezu, kaijeri sugyo no suigyomatsu, ungyomatsu, furaimatsu, kuneru tokoro ni sumu tokoro yaburakuji no burakuji, paipo 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 no shuringan shuringan no gurindai, gurindai no pon poko pi no pon poko na no cho kyume no chosuke. That was fun. I can already see why this is a classic. So it's key. Each time you say it, it should be funny. Because otherwise, if it's not funny, you just spend 30 seconds saying something that's not funny. But so how do you make it funny every single time? I think, at first you say it in this kind of like dramatic fashion, and then later it gets to be just this chore, and you're just like churning through it as quickly as possible because you're just saying it in the middle of a conversation or something. For that, you need skill at enunciating. The ability to speak every syllable of this lengthy sequence cleanly and clearly at quick, rhythmic, enjoyable tempo. I think near the end I was kind of getting it a little better. At the beginning I was really chewing through it. But maybe by the end I started maybe getting a rhythm. You gotta talk so fast. Look, even random ass kids are gathering around. Should we try saying it? I kinda wanna say it again and see if I can do it any better. I gotta up-level my own Rakugo as I read this series. Alright, let's try it again. Jugamu, jugamu, jogu... Jugamu, jugamu... No, I'm too... Jugamu, jugamu, goku no suri kiri zu kare... The ending part is a lot easier. The beginning ones are tricky for me. Jugamu, jugamu... Let's just move on. It's hard. It's really hard. He took so long saying his name, and the lump healed on its own. Very good. He's actually impressed. And he's impressed that she just busted it all out in public. Show me a video of yourself practicing it. That you just started performing and startled me. I don't know why, this just reminds me of a scene in a movie I really, really like, where this woman is trying to entrap this professor, this like famous professor. She's trying to record him saying something unbecoming. It's the very long setup to this, but whatever. She's trying to do that. And then the professor is totally oblivious to it. And when later it comes out what she was doing, and she's like, what did you think I was doing? Like, why did you think I was saying all those things? He was like, oh, I just thought you were a very strange person. I don't know, I just really like that. Like a sort of social obliviousness where you out of your strangeness are like, oh, I just thought you were really weird. I couldn't really understand what you're doing. Against other students, this won't cut it. Shugemu is a basic fundamental Rakugo. It's the first story that Rakugo beginners learn. I guess that makes a lot of sense because it teaches you a lot of technical skills. You gotta memorize something really long. You gotta know that name syllable perfect or else people will call you out. You gotta be able to fire that off quickly in probably a lot of different characters. That's right. This isn't a performance for commoners. This isn't a open audience. This is, well, maybe there is an open audience too, but all the other competitors are watching as well. You need to perform the same piece twice for the same audience in the preliminary round and the final round. Ooh. I hope this is a big substantial arc. So far we've only really had 1 or 2 chapter arcs, but I hope they can get comfy for this one. Have maybe a couple more chapters of her training, chapter of the first round performance, anxiety, nerves, revelation, chapter for that at least, and then the bringing it on home and winning in the finals chapter. If she does win, I don't know. A lot of different ways they can take this. When something difficult, it gets a variety of laughs from people. Jugemu is just not the right one. Do you know the original ending to Jugemu? In The original sage, or ending. Sage is to like lower. I know that from 4chan. Is you put sage in the field and it makes it not bump the thread. Could it be the same sage? No, I don't know. Japan is full of homophones. Who knows? Jugemu dies. You go swimming in the river with a friend, but they lose their footing. The friend is able to call for help, but Jugemu's name is so long. The time it takes to call for help, he drowns. A tragic irony. Good. You have too much of a good thing. Didn't do the research. Don't you want to better understand what you're doing? I had another thought about your Rakugo right just now. When you repeat the name, it's just sounds. They're not words. Is he alluding to the fact that probably all of these auspicious names given by the monk actually have some meaning in like Buddhist sutras and stuff? Maybe. Yeah, he's got to have some history with, what's his face there? He was friends with her dad. Her very dad. He doesn't even know, I think, that this is his daughter. I don't think so. I'm just the type to hold on to a grudge. Whew. One more request. Can I come and watch your Rakugo? Come on, please. Yeah. Communicate. Your solution was to watch him and learn. Don't know any Rakugo other than Koguma who would delve so deeply into a single story. You can learn from his performance. And you'll also find... Ooh, here comes the gap. Look, you can already see he's playing with his fan. He's gonna come out all cheery and smiley, I bet. Whoa, no, never mind. The intensity with his hair slicked back like that. Let's go. Whoa. Yeah, that look is awesome. Takes off the glasses, tosses back the hair. Sheesh. Alright, so we'll see his Rakugo next chapter. It'll strike some revelation into our heart. Before we go, though, I'm going to try it again. Alright. Jugemu, Goku no surikirizu kaijiri sugyo no sugyomatsu, ungyomatsu, furimatsu, kyuneru tokoro ni sumu tokoro, yaburakuji no burakuji, paipo no shuringan no gurendai no panpoko pi no panpoko na no chokyume no chosuke. Not bad. Not bad. Not good, though. Anyways,